Assalamualaikum to Dr. Laila and fellow friends. We are from Group 5 and we will present about EBRD. My name is Nur Zahira binti Muhammad Sufyan and my matrix number is 270508. As a first presenter, I will present about the executive summary and also the overview of the EBRD. In executive summary, I will talk about the purpose of this business report and the role of the EBRD. The purpose of this business report is to study about EBRD, stands for European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. The EBRD play an important role as one of the international finance institutions in the world. Hence, in this report, an analysis regarding EBRD information will be more details from aspect their roles and establishment purpose. There are several roles that EBRD conducts. Among them is to provide project financing to banks, industry, private sector, and firms. In addition, the EBRD seeks to improve municipal service, promote entrepreneurship, strengthen financial institutions and legal system, and recognize and private government-owned firms. The overview of EBRD. The EBRD was founded in 1991 for the purpose of helping Eastern European and former Soviet countries transitioning into democracies by developing free market economies after the fall of communism. The EBRD, which is based in London, has continued to engage in banks and private business, including new and existing projects in over 13 countries ranging from Central Europe to Central Asia, as well as the Southern and Eastern Mediterranean, and most recently in Cyprus and Greece. EBRD investments are driven by the consequence of transition and augmentation and are based on good banking practice. The EBRD's latest investment results are defined by 6 transitional features that are in line with the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), namely competitive, well-governed, green, inclusive, resilient and integrated with a sustainable economy and successful markets. The EBRD has 17 shareholders countries on 5 continents, including all European Union (EU) member states, all economies in which the bank invests, and many more, including the US, Japan, and Canada, as well as the EU and the European Investment Bank (EIB). According to the EBRD founding agreement, EU member states, EU and EIB member states must always hold most of the total capital stock they subscribe to. The EU, its member states, and the EIB currently hold a combined share of 54.4%. The EBRD and the World Bank are the only multilateral development banks in which all EU member states have a stake, and the EBRD is the only multilateral development bank with a majority owned by the EU. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Shafia binti Abu Jabal. My matrix number is 269827. Today I will be presenting question number 2. To what extent does the private actor influence the global governance, such as important decision-making policy and regulation? The reason why EBRD is the private actor in influencing the global governance is because the knowledge and skill that they have back then in handling various types of events regarding financial situation. The EBRD expertise of how a market economy operates, as well as the collaboration with other international financial institutions, that they have shown that this institution is stable in influencing the global governance. For illustration, the EBRD expertise on the private sector such as the main driver of change in year of the early 1990s. The EBRD position as an authority in the transition to the open market was cemented during this time. It was significantly involved in areas such as banking, system reform, pricing, liberalization, privatization, which is important for changes. Next, the resilient quality of EBRD transition qualities is one of the effective movements that help majority of the countries which is under EBRD support and influence. Under resident strategy, the planning for decision-making of the economy policy is focusing on most valuable markets that do have the resident of economic growth support and extreme instability and long-term economy downturn. Furthermore, as a financial institution that aims to help 30 nations make the transition to free market economies and boost private and also entrepreneurial growth, need to analyze in detail the country economy before moving forward to a successful plan. The EBRD as a financial actor is influencing the government policy under them through the reconstruction of financial system as it was the most important factor to aid sustainable market economy. Hence, the financial stability for the both countries and the EBRD will be the main focus and under observation since majority of the EBRD countries is depending on the bank. For illustration, the EBRD applying the concept of economy diversification, which abolishes the concentration toward one sector to make a resilient economy. This concept will help in increasing the number of trading partnerships and decrease the volume of import and export dependency. Moreover, EBRD is the preferred actor in global governance is because the competitive strategy or concept used by them in transition concept. The well-oriented economy system only can be achieved through the dynamic and competitive market because it is the important concept in achieving the sustainable market economy. The influence rules that EBRD use in the action will have a good impact towards the economy achievement. As the EBRD is focusing their strategy into competitive transition, the shift from a state-driven, top-down process to one that is more dynamic and respective to market signal is characterized by the term competitive. The EBRD will assess the competitive market economy through market structure to ensuring the firms compete for customers, with enough competitor or rules to make it easy to enter and exit any given market. Moreover, the ability for the firm to generate more added value that can be good impact toward innovation and producer. This leads to EBRD assist to make sure the firms are motivated to complete and make effective business judgment. Consequently, the competitive transition of EBRD is one of the influence the institution has in managing their capabilities. The EBRD focusing on qualities of the market economy and is part of the Asian market process. Hence, the EBRD focus on the dynamic economy framework that encourage competition and diversity, increase choice, enhance the quality of product and service, and set fair pricing. In addition, the inclusive element of EBRD transition concept is also the reason why EBRD is the preferred actor in the global governance for aspect decision making and policy making. According to EBRD transition concept inclusive, this institution is reaching out economic opportunities for the countries under the institution to move towards the sustainable market economies. Through the inclusive transition under EBRD, will allow everyone to involve in the inclusive economic market regardless of their gender, location of birth, social economy, environment, age, or other condition. The access will be more from access to labor, market, entrepreneurship, and more broadly, economic opportunities. Through the inclusive market-based system, it will optimize the deployment of human resources within an economy. For sure, the investment made by the EBRD in inclusive transition will lead to exposure into providing economic possibility for young people, women, and those living in less developed area. Also, access to employment and skill financing, entrepreneurship, and so on. The better connection are all examples of these two. Hence, EBRD role is the most influencing one since it can add unique value into the investment sector which beneficial for the country's stakeholder, clients, and government through the inclusive element of EBRD transition. Thank you.
My name is Aiman Maisarah binti Ahmad Sabri. My number matric 269568. I would like to share about what would we recommend for EBRD to become a prominent player in international finance. Our recommend for EBRD to become a prominent player in international finance is firstly, channel optimization. It means to assess the various ways customers interact with bank in order to create a cost-effective combination that is adapted to each bank's specific customer base. Given the rapidly changing nature of customer channel preferences, this process of optimization requires branches to be fairly aggressively close consolidated, so and bulk as banks adjust their geographic presence. Secondly, technology and automation. The role of technology in banking has been mentioned several times already, but because of its broad enterprise-wide impact, the use of technology and automation also merits individual attention as part of the overall efficiency improvement effort. The overarching goal is therefore have two. First, to have applications that allow customers to make transactions or obtain information on a self-service basis without requiring employee efforts. Second, to use technology to reduce the time employees spend on finding information. Lastly, is to improve vendor management does not mean simply pressuring vendors to lower their prices. Rather, it is a focused effort designed to derive the greatest possible value from a vendor relationship. In conclusion, the EBRD turned into installation within sight the perception that its life might be particularly short. It turned into taken consideration that the process to be completed setting up within sight the former common economies a colorful personal area, operating in aggressive marketplace economy following democratic principles turned into obsoletely understood and the answer known.